The Governance and Peace Poll, GaP poll, is a joint initiative between the United Nations Development Programme and some key governance institutions. It surveys public opinion as a mechanism to track progress being made in the area of governance and peace in Ghana. The poll is implemented by the Center for Democratic Development, CDD, with the aim of providing timely, relevant data that contributes to policy debate and interventions, as well as advocacy.
It gives us data that traditionally the data collection agencies such as Afrobarometer, which gives us data on a 2-yearly basis, doesn't give us. In between 2 years, what happens to these institutions? If some interventions have happened, how do we know of such interventions? And that's where the data that the GaP provides is useful for policy making and how we understand the governance processes in this country.
The national partners of GaP poll are the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, the National Peace Council, the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization, and the Ghana Statistical Service. The poll seeks to determine, among others, the level of public awareness and confidence in the national governance institutions, the extent of willingness of women to run for political office, and the level of contacts with public officials or duty bearers.
The survey brought out a lot of key important issues around our governance. For example, civic activism, how active are our citizens relative to duty bearers, how are they contacting duty bearers, how are they engaging with duty bearers. We also have seen a certain level of low trust, social capital, for example, for some key governance institutions like our Electoral Commission, for example, like the court, the state ability to prosecute cases was one key issue that for me came up. And then there were also, relative to the localized governance system in terms of the assemblies, the level of trust that citizens have towards these institutions is quite low. And though for me, that's where the bigger challenges are.
The findings revealed a greater percentage of respondents trust the National Peace Council and the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice to some extent, compared to the Electoral Commission, the District Assembly, and the law courts.
The rate is the highest. We haven't been on the ground for so long, so it's important for us to realize that the public have that trust in us.
We rated second among the governance institutions, and I think that was quite well. 60% of the citizens perceive Shraj to be trustworthy, and I think that we are okay with that, even though we are also internally working to improve upon our visibility and the level at which the public trusts us.
According to the national partners, UNDP's GaP poll initiative is timely and relevant.
This innovation has been very helpful because it's given us a general perspective of what people think about TRIDE, whether they know TRIDE, the trust that they have in TRIDE. And it's also helped us to put in place interventions that will help address the gaps that we identified in the polls.
It's a laudable initiative. We think that UNDP should spend a lot of money so that their findings will make sure that a lot of people benefit from it.
It's important that as governance institutions, we are able to know how people are thinking of our role or the things we do. And I think the GaP poll has been able to show clearly what the society thinks about governance in the nation.
David Appiah is UNDP Ghana's governance analyst.
We are already engaged with the Ghana Statistical Service as a key implementing partner, supervising all this process, and we hope that it will also be integrated into the national statistical planning and monitoring process that will help generate key results that would also be utilized for the national development plan.
The GaP poll, which began in June 2014, has run 3 times, with the 4th effort expected to be a trend analysis of the 3 polls.